times a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't come out always the same place. It may come out a different place, but it's a really incredibly good weapon because it fires in all directions. It's kind of sequentially.
Unbelievable.
Now, and this range within these 20 cells, I mean, the range doesn't change. However, the cells within that range.
Mm-hmm. What happens to them?
Oh, gosh. Well, I've asked some doctors that to think about that, and they're going to get back to me. But to me, they become mush.
Mm-hmm.
They get wasted.
Mm-hmm.
They are turned to all kinds of diseases. They become cancerous.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Anything that we can think of describes a horrible illness that is locked up inside of us, inside of our brains. That's what these things do. So the range it doesn't change. It's this 20 cells, but by golly, these cells change.
Well, they could turn them into mush.
That's the word that comes to me is mush.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the mush, dies. And then it becomes the center of a cancer.
Or the body carries the waste away, and the healthier cells around it collapse in upon it, and they in turn become destroyed.
Oh, that's good, Jim. I love that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I can see that.
The body always likes to clean up dead cells.
If it can get to them.
It can. Now, the issues of... I want you to finish the presentation. I've got some very big questions on this. The issue of killing in that radius comes from one tiny, small piece, 1 milligram of
just one,
DU. That's
just
it.
One machine
gun.
And you're not...
One sniff, one inhalation in a desert or a dust storm in Iraq that has been the scene of a major battle or a minor battle can contain potentially uncountable, let's just forget it, uncountable milligrams of DU. Uncountable. It's all over the world now. It's been measured. Believe me, folks, they have measuring stations looking to see where this stuff went. And if you read the article, you'll see how Professor Chris Busby found it in England. It was off the charts. And you think, well, England is to the west of Iraq. How did it get there? Well, it either got there through a reverse weather pattern of some kind, which happens, or it simply went around the world. The entire planet exchanges all of the air, so to speak. It moves it within 48 hours. So these things can travel the jet stream, they can travel in the cockpit of an airliner or in the passenger compartment or the baggage compartment, or they can travel any way they want in the tropical air currents, they can travel in water, they can travel in somebody's shoes, socks, in their jackets, in their hair. Go ahead, please, Bob.
Well, this you were doing so good, Jeff. I was listening to it. But yeah, it's all true. And within this 20 cells, of the totally, absolutely wasted cells, and then the others that fall into it, as you really brilliantly pointed out, there's all kinds of diseases and cancers that start, and there's no limit to the number. These things are so small that it's not like one has a person's name on it. It's not like one is designated for a person. You can walk through them and have 1, 2, 20,000, 1 million go in up your nose or into your body. They go right through your clothes and then they evade the protections of your skin and go into your skin. And of course, wherever they light, they're firing.
Firing on the way in.
Firing on the
this
way.
Is insanity. That's why the United States military did not use these weapons in World War II. They made use of what they had, and they won the war. It has to be a question. Who made the ultimate decision to begin using these weapons, to turn them loose on this planet against humankind? All humankind, not just in the battlefield. All right, we're back talking with Bob Nichols, Project Censored Award journalist, who is the author of clearly one of the most well-stated and important articles I've ever seen on the uranium issue. We've been fighting nuclear wars now since the Yugoslavia charade by President Clinton. We are using these weapons without giving a tinker's damn for anybody. Our own boys and girls, men and women who are in uniform, especially the indigenous peoples of whichever country you're talking about, in this case, Afghanistan and Iran. We're beginning to see hideous birth defects now in the West Bank after Israel's use of depleted uranium in their air assault and their ground assault on the Palestinians in those enclaves there. We are in deep trouble, folks, because this has spread all around the world, and these little nuclear machine guns, 1.2 million bullets a day fired in a 360-degree radius, never, ever, ever slow down or stop. They are the ultimate perfect killing machine for brain cells and other cells in the body. Go ahead, Bob, please.
We were going to talk about who ordered this stuff. This is where it gets very serious. Unquestionably, they were in D.C., not Iraq.
Absolutely.
Corporals, as I pointed out in the Bayview article, corporals don't order up these weapons. Corporals don't order up billions of little particles of dust that come as hundreds of thousands of tons of uranium. Right. No, that's something that the higher ups do. And it's made up as an order. It's signed off on by the president. And then that goes to the Pentagon, where all these little yes men are that supposedly they work there in these little offices in what used to be the biggest building in the world, called the Pentagon. It's got 5 sides to it, if you can believe that.
I call it the pentagram.
Exactly. Well done. And then these people, it's ordered up by these people, and this stuff's the heaviest metal around, so it's a huge industrial undertaking to move hundreds of thousands of tons of this stuff over to Iraq, to Afghanistan, to what you call Central Asia, and what I call Western Asia, which we know as the Middle East. It's also been used there. And so we're talking about the political and military leadership of the United States are the ones who specifically ordered this stuff up. And they knew exactly what they were doing. And it was for the purpose, as my very respected gentleman named Marion Fulk, who started the program with the Manhattan Project, says it's to kill a lot of people.
She just said it. She said it like that.
Yes.
No.
Just flat out.
Yeah.
And this is the guy who certainly knows what he's talking about, because he's been with the program now retired now, of course, but that's 60 years ago. 65 years ago. And so this horrible, unspeakable blind is done knowingly and with malice, incredible malice, purpose, in order to kill and maim lots of people. And in fact, that's what it's done. And now it's doing this not only in Central Asia and Western Asia, but all over the world. And so we kind of have to go from there and say, well, do these people who ordered this, and we know their names, they start with the president, and then you go right down through the Pentagon. So all these people are known. Mm-hmm. And you have to kind of say, well, are they working for the American people when they do this? I mean, theoretically, the way we all learned in, what is it, the 8th grade, 9th grade, when we were little kids, or of course they don't think they're little kids, they're teenagers, but when kids are in junior high and high school, they have civics classes. Mm-hmm. or social studies class. There's called various things.
Right.
And they learn about the structure of what is supposed to be our government. And so everybody in the United States has had that course. We all know their names. So why did they do this? I ask myself that every day.
It's as if they have a death wish for the entire planet.
Absolutely, Jeff, absolutely.
I don't understand it. And for those who say, well, they want to kill a lot of people and they want to reduce the world population, folks, this doesn't discriminate. There's no way to protect yourself if you happen to be one of the people in the Pentagon that carries out orders. There's no way to protect yourself if you're the president from breathing this in. Not going to happen. This is so insane, words fail me. It is that insane. You're not going to transmute these pieces of radioactivity ever. They have a half-life of over 4 billion years. I don't understand it. It cannot have been done by a rational mind. It cannot have been done by a human being. It makes no sense to me. My God, how many ways are there to kill people? They can tailor-make viruses and bacteria for anybody over the 5 foot 8 inches tall, for blondes, for redheads, for people with blue eyes, brown eyes, olive skin, ancestral genetic traits. They can do all that. If they want to kill people selectively or en masse, they can do it with germs. But to turn this loose on the planet, I have never been able to understand it. They didn't need it, Bob Nichols. You know that. It happens to blast through tanks and armor better than other weapons because it's so dense. But big deal. We don't need it. It wasn't needed. It's not needed. And we're still using it. And now the Navy, and we're going to talk next hour to Rosalind Peterson again about this, has this plan to go out and shoot off of all of their ranges on the east and west coasts. And they've been using, as you know, depleted uranium in their practice shooting, probably for decades. We don't know. They won't tell us. It's in the oceans. It's in the fish. It's not going away. Are they going to use it in their testing, their 5-year plan? They claim they're not, because the public isn't happy about it. I say they lie. I say they'll do whatever they damn well please. Be right back with Bob Nichols. I cannot express the importance of this article any more sincerely or adamantly. We have to stop it. One congressman or congresswoman has to introduce a bill outlawing the use of DU. Is it too late? It's too late. But why compound the misery?